Well, happy Tuesday. Amazing Tuesday, fruitful Tuesday, harvest field Tuesday, productive Tuesday, phenomenal Tuesday, fantastic Tuesday, life-changing Tuesday. I'm going to wait for maybe a few of you guys to get on today. You may be getting on your lunch break. And some of you may be tuning in from previous Facebook Lives that I've done. Some of you might be tuning in for the first time, but it's heavy in my spirit on today as I'm sitting here in Houston, Texas in the hospital, and I think I'm on day 5. Yep. And just kind of been, watching the people that are here in the hospital, and as I've been recovering in recovery mode, and I'm grateful, by the way, for a speedy recovery to a surgery that I had to have last week, just all a part of the process, because many people been, inboxing, texting, calling, what you had to have done, just nosy. Oh, Lord, don't make me laugh, because when I laugh, it hurts, but it's all good. Some of y'all are being nosy. Some of y'all, sincerely want to know what's going on. And all I'm going to say is it's a part of the process, because I believe in the power of the words that come out of your mouth, and the power of your tongue can give a situation life, or you can give a situation death. And I chose a long time ago that no matter what I was going through in the process of being delivered completely and healed completely from cancer, that I would always speak life, and I would be mindful of those that I allowed to speak into me, and that I would be mindful of those that I would be connected to, and I would be very intentional in the process. And so I had to come in and like I said, do some things that's all a part of the process, the complete healing process. But in spite of, no matter what, I'm still healed completely, totally. Been redeemed, been restored long before my surgery. It's just a choice. It's a choice that I made in my mind, because the choices that we make in our mind then bleeds into our heart. And then our heart becomes our words, and our words become our actions, and our actions become our behavior, and our behavior becomes our history, and then our history becomes legacy. And so it typically goes in that order. And so when I'm around walking, because they want me to walk a few times a day, and of course, there are certain things that I have to do so that I can be released to go home. And I'm walking by rooms, and I'm seeing the same people in the same kind of pain, and they're in the pain, and there's no one in the room but them and the nurse, or them and the doctors. And it hit me. Wow, it's so many people in the world, especially on the type of floor that I'm on. And they come here and they're lonely, and they come here and they're empty, and they have no one. And there's probably people that's watching this right now, and you feel all alone. You feel like you have no one, that nobody loves you, and nobody understands you, and nobody cares about you, and you want to sometime even give up. Not so much give up from a perspective of give up on life as suicidal, but there is some people that's watching this that have had those thoughts too. But just give up on, the endless possibilities of having something that could be fulfilling, like a relationship with people. And these people that I'm watching here, and they're watching me, and some of them have said to me, even the nurses, that you're always so happy, you always have a smile on your face, even when you're going through the pain. And you're getting all these flowers, and people are coming in to visit you, and all of this and that. But even when you're by yourself, you still seem to have peace. And even when you're alone, you still seem to thrive, and you are so positive, and it's a choice. I don't know who this is for, that I'm tuning in very briefly on today, but it's a choice. And I explained to one of my nurses, a super nice guy who actually is my nurse today on this shift. And even though the perception of a thing is someone appears that they're alone, but they're not alone, because God is with you. And this is just what I choose to believe. And I'm not trying to stuff religion down anybody's throat on your lunch break or whenever you may watch this, or someone is going to share it, because it's a sharing moment. It's a sharing moment right now. But he is with you, and he's already equipped you, and he's prepared you for whatever it is that you're going through. And much of what you're going through, you're almost there. You're almost at the end, like you're a sneeze away from your breakthrough. And when it feels like the toughest, and it feels like no one understands, and you're at your lowest point and you're going through the most pain, is typically when the water is about to break and you're about to give birth to something new. And I've held those sentiments in very close to my heart, that I knew that is as hard as it was to push past the pressure and push past the paranoia and push past the pain and all of the problems, that I knew that if I could just give that one last push, even if I was pushing by myself, that I wasn't really by myself, because he was going to give me everything I need to push it on out. And that's what's been happening. And so for some of you that feel like you've lost your way, some of you wake up and you haven't heard the words, I love you, I believe in you, you can do it. You haven't heard it in hours, you haven't heard it in days. Some of you haven't heard it in weeks. Some of you haven't heard it in months. Some of you haven't even gotten a hug from someone. You haven't had an encounter with another human being. Now, there's nothing normal about that. I want to put that out there, okay? But sometime, I'm not saying all the time, sometime we have a tendency in our subconscious that we have pushed people away, and we don't even realize that we've pushed people away, or we've taught people how to show up for us by saying things like, oh, I got it. Oh, I'm good. I'm straight. It's all good. Oh, it's not that bad. Oh, I don't need you to show up for me. I'm good. I got it. Before we know it, we've said it. And I used to be this type of person that everything was fine. I wore a mask, pretending that all was well, had it going on. And, even in some time when I was sick, I didn't want to tell anybody that I was that sick. I didn't want people feeling sorry for me, especially family. So, but really what we're doing, what I was doing, that I was very guilty of, is I was teaching them how to not show up for me. Because then after you tell them, it's almost like the mother that tells their kids when it's time for Christmas, oh, don't save your money and buy nothing for me. Y'all go ahead and buy a Christmas gift for yourself. And then Christmas morning, when everybody's opening gifts and you looking at everybody opening gifts, and you have been, obedient and made all these major sacrifices, and you're the only one with the gift that you really didn't want, because you done told all your kids and your husband and everybody else that you straight, do what you want, so why don't we just say it? So you taught them. That was a behavior pattern that you taught them not to be there for you. And then we got the nerve to be upset all Christmas Day. We eating the ham mad, and we eating the macaroni and cheese mad, slinging it on our plate, scraping the food off our plate, just sharp with everybody, have very few words to speak. Oh, goodness, Lord, I can't laugh. But, guys, I'm trying to tell you that we sometimes have a tendency, as crazy as this may sound, to teach people not to show up for us. So be more intentional is my point in sharing this, and speak what you need. It's okay to let people know that you need them, and it's okay to be needed. I don't know who this was for today. I don't know who this is for, that you feel like you're all alone, but you put yourself in that place. And it's time to come out of the shell, to come out of the box, to come out of the closet, and let people know it's okay if it's the right people now. Now, you don't want to deal with people that are manipulative, or, they wait for you to be at the weakest, talking about I'm praying for you and all this and that. Yeah, they praying, but it's not P-R-A-Y. It's P-R-E-Y, okay? So you want to be mindful. So use common sense and tap into your spiritual discernment, because everybody was born with a measure of it. And it's okay to say, I need you. I need you to survive. I need you to thrive. I need you to get through this moment. I need you to pray for me. I need you to pray with me. I need you to hold me up. I need you to kiss me. I need you to embrace me. I need you to love me. I need you to meet me right where I'm at, because I'm lonely, or I'm scared, or I'm going through something, or mentally, I'm having thoughts that are not good thoughts, and I need you to pour into me. I need you to affirm me. It's okay. It's really okay. And so you don't have to go through this thing called life alone. You don't have to go through this thing called life, feeling discouraged and feeling weary and feeling like you could be in a room with 1,000 people, but you're the only one in that room. I know it's somebody. That's a sharing moment right there, that you have felt those things. Life can be exactly what you want it to be. Life can be divine, and it can be complete, and it can be tranquil, and you can have the peace and the joy, and you can experience happiness each and every day. Every day. It's a choice. It's a choice. And in my choice, as I continue to go through my purging process, I made up my mind that my old story will not determine the outcome of my new story. And I need you to catch this on today as I close this message out. But we all have a story. We all have a story. We all have something impactful that we can share, we can impart upon someone to give them hope, so they can dream again, live again, feel again, believe again, forgive again, connect again. We all have something that we could share. Now, many of us have stories, but we just don't know how to tell our story without a woe is me, and you got everybody in the room crying, and it's okay to go through crying moment, but we got to get to the laughter. We got to get to the peace of the pain, okay? We got to get to the promise in the pain, because we just can't stay stuck in the crying, woe is me, pity party moment, okay? But in the story, as you're creating yourself, recreating yourself, reinventing yourself, whatever it is you want to entitle that, my thing is new story for me. I had to realize, just like you're going to have to realize, as you find the power in this pain that you're going through, whatever the pain is coming from. But there's power in this pain. And the power comes from how you're recreating your story. And as you recreate your story, I want you to ask yourself and be honest with yourself. And if you got to watch this again, but ask yourself, in your new story, do you really have the pen, the writing pen, as you're creating your story? Or have you allowed other people to write chapters in your story, to take control of your story, which is your life? Have you allowed other people's opinion to be truth? Have you allowed other people's opinion of your past to be the current and present pain that you now feel as you're trying to recreate yourself? And is it like a leech sucking you dry because you've given them too much control, and you've given them the pages, you've given them too much control of the creative part of the story, you have given them the writing pen. Now, in your new story, how did you come about picking the people that was going to be in the story with you? Because see, you hold the power of all those co-cast members, the co-stars of your story. See, sometime as you're writing your new story, you need to delete some people. Some people don't need to be in that chapter. They don't even need to be in the book. Just because they was in the old story don't mean you got to bring them to the new story. Oh, wow. That was so rich right there. See, it doesn't mean that should get 1,000 hearts right there. If you didn't catch nothing else, it doesn't mean that just because they were in the old story with you, they have the right, the copyrights to be in the new story. See, some people, you just can't bring them with you. where you're going, the new season of your life, the new story of your life, they don't need to be in that story. It's not goodbye forever, but it's goodbye for right now. It's as I'm going through the purging process, I can't bring you with me because you afford me too much pain. Having the relationship with you, it drains me. It's too much of an investment that I can't afford because it costs me my peace. It almost cost me my purpose by allowing you to be a part of my story. It almost cost me my destiny by allowing you to be a part of my new story. And sometimes you do need those co-stars, but just put them in the right chapter. See, sometimes we tell the story prematurely, and you start giving them credits, and you start praising them and elevating them and edifying them and giving them all the glory and the praise when really it wasn't for them. Oh, wow. Some of y'all will catch that after this is over with. But you put them in the wrong role and give them the wrong responsibilities. See, some people that you have picked to be your co-star, they really need to be a copy runner. They need to be the person running off the prints for the pages. Or maybe they need to be in the design team, but they don't need to be the co-star. They don't need to be the co-star. They need to be maybe the coffee runner. You know, somebody that goes get drinks for everybody. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm talking to you good. Sometimes you give too much credit to the wrong person. And really that person that you're giving all this credit to is the one that's sitting, slick in the cut, just kind of watching, observing. And when you guys are together privately, oh man, you're the best thing since sliced bread. But when it's time to write the script and to show up for that part of it and to live the script out or to publicly acknowledge how great they say you are, it's crickets. Now that's a sharing moment right there. You need to share that with about 5 people that you've been wanting to say that to. Why is it crickets when it's time to be public, to have a public relationship? But when privately, I can't keep you away from me. I can't keep you off the phone. You checking on me every 5 seconds. You know more about me than you do yourself. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, Lord. Hashtag new story. New story. Please, new story. But I got to come to a conclusion on this because it's time for my pain medicine. And guys, it's time for a new story because here's one of the most powerful things. Every story could be a #1 New York bestseller. It also could be a major picture movie. So be mindful when you pick the video crew. That the video crew that you pick that's looking through those lenses, they not looking through an old pair of lens. You know, those hypocritical, judgmental lens. You know, the lens of the past, that they're real foggy and they can't even see your future because they still caught up on what you did in the past, and they don't even really have the knowledge, the understanding that it's time to change the lens out. You understand what I'm saying? So be mindful who your video crew is. Be mindful of who your editing team is. You know, when you about to bring the final product. Yeah, the final product is about to be birthed. Be mindful of who you give those different tasks to. Because see, this new story, you're preparing for an Oscar. You didn't write this new story just to be sitting in the nosebleed seats. This new story, this one is going to be a standing ovation. This one is going to be the story that touches the nations. This story. And many of you are right there, you sneeze away, but you just keep picking the wrong people and giving them the wrong roles and responsibilities, and you're still connected to some of the old things that you should have done away with, and you should have severed the ties. There should have been a severing of the ties. There should have been separation for this elevation that God has already ordained, but you keep holding on and you keep turning the pages backwards and you keep rereading the chapters of their life. It's not even really about you, and you hadn't even caught and woke up and got the intuition to know that, wait a minute, this is more for them than me. So why is it still more for them than me? Where's the benefit? See, there should be a benefit in relationships that you're connected to. Benefits that you feel happiness, that you feel joy, that you feel love, that you feel peace, that you have prosperity. Not just so much financial prosperity, but there should be benefits when you're connected to people. If there's not benefits, then why are you in it? I snatched that writing pen out of their hand. You can't hold this pen, not in this season. You don't have the right to hold the pen for my news story. You don't have the right. Matter of fact, I'm thinking about, am I even going to let you read it? Yeah. Because I got to protect my anointing. I got to protect my mantle. I'm talking to you. See, I'm telling you about me, but this is really for you. Well, I don't know who the you is, and only you know who the you is. And if you're bold enough to say it's me, and share it. Share it with 5 people, but hey, it's me. You talking to me right now. You talking real good, because that's the thing that's going to get you your breakthrough is truth, transparency. Yeah, it's going to get you closer to truth, which gets you to destiny. So, guys, I can't wait. And the last thing in closing, when the credits are running, when they're giving you a standing ovation as you're sharing your new story and you're getting your Oscar and you're being acknowledged, all of your accolades, the credits are running. Make sure that you always put those credits in the proper place, that you never forget. That you never forget who is truly there for you. And the first person that's on the list of credits is God for me. Because without him, nothing is impossible. Nothing is possible. Without him, nothing is possible. I'm talking about nothing. I can't do nothing. I can't be nothing. I can't feel like nothing. I can't sound like nothing. I can't live. I can't dream. I can't exist. Without him, nothing is possible to manifest in my life. So he's the first person on the list of credits. First person. And then be honest with yourself. Because sometimes we just give credits away. Oh, we just start thanking everybody. Mom and them, Uncle Boo, Uncle Tom, Sister JoJo, Sister Junie. And you hadn't heard from a lot of these people in your family since Jesus was a boy. As you were going through all the trials and tribulations and challenges, you hadn't heard from a lot of these people that's throwing hearts, that's liking your page or not liking your page, whatever it is, or that's in church and man, they about to knock somebody down trying to get to you so everybody can see the public display of sincerity and emotions and them embracing you, and you can't get them jokers on the phone. I'm just keeping it 100 today. Yep, I said it, So make sure that in this new story that the people that really matter the most, that have had impact, you let them know, I need you. I love you. I need you. I love you. I appreciate you. I value you. I honor you. A lot of days I couldn't get through this without you. You be vocal in this season, showing your appreciation, an attitude of gratitude. An attitude of gratitude. And so I hope this bless somebody, empower somebody. If it's only just one person, if it blessed you, share it with 5 people, the number of grace. I'm getting stronger every day, guys. The next thing you know, you might look up next week and see me on a plane. It's some supernatural things that's happening in my life. And whereas others may look at it as doors closing, I look at it as doors opening. And that I'm just so grateful, man. It's to the point where I get so emotional when I think about how much God loves me. And that most people's story don't end this way. When I think about how a lot of people's story, it ends. I'm talking about it ends. Life is over for them. And where my life has truly just begun. And I'm just so grateful that he would give me a voice that matters, that people would actually be blessed and they would share. of how a part of my story has encouraged them. Because it's not always easy sharing your story. And it's not always easy because sometimes you feel inadequate in your story and you wonder how people would judge you. But I had to get past all of that because this story is not my own. My body is not my own. My life is not my own. But I'm just so grateful. I'm just so grateful on today. And I'm so full that no matter what I've been through, God has never left me nor forsaken me. No matter how bad it got, He always gave me peace. And He always gave me grace and the endurance. I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful for all the people that's been touched to pray for me, to pray with me. To be a sister to me, to be a brother to me. I'm just so grateful. This journey has not been easy. But I'm so grateful for the pain in it. I'm so grateful. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Thank you, Lord. 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 Oh, man. I told myself I wasn't going to be doing no ugly crying here on Facebook. I know that made a few of my girlfriends laugh. Because they say, girl, you cute, but baby, when you get to crying, you ugly. Oh, goodness. But guys, I'm going to sign off now. And I love each and every one of you. But remember, God loves you best.